Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So we would like to take a recap of the last session. If somebody remembers some points, why this session has started, verses 26 to 34. If somebody can help me, what was happening in our last session.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
It began from the 12th verse, Prabhuji, from Moghasha, Mogakamaha, and Mogajnanaha. The result of not accepting Krishna as the transcendental form. And then the position of the devotees from, as described from verse 13 to 14. The devotees who are great.
This 12th was not a Moghasha, Mogakarmanam. So I feel it was Ekatvena, that shloka you are talking about.
Prabhuji, Ekatvena comes at 15, no, Prabhuji? Ekatvena, Pratatvena, Bahuda, Vishvato Mukha.
Like that 12th Moghasha, I'm also doubtful whether the 12th is a Moghasha. It is a Moghasha, Moga Karmano. It was, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is. Yeah, right.
Wrong, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Yeah, it is Mogasha, Moga Karmano, Moga Jnana Vicheta Saha, Rakshasi, Asuri, Chaiva, Prakriti, Mohini, Shrita.
Yes. Lilananda bro, Hare Krishna. Matajis are quoting the shlokas. Hare Krishna.
Mataji and Prabhuji, some of them had some trouble. That's okay. I'm very excited to see that.
Okay.
So Prabhuji, if you're happy with this Mataji quoting, we can conclude that everybody knows. And
yeah, that Mataji is quoting the shlokas. So everybody will be quoting the shlokas, that I can say.
Sorry, Prabhuji. Go ahead.
Yes, Prabhuji. It's the 14th shloka talks about the Mahatma's activities, Prabhuji. Always chanting the glories, endeavoring with great determination. Like we have talked about Kirti, Dridavrataha, and Namasyantaha, Nitya Yuktaha.
Yes.
And in the 15th shlokas, we talked about Ekatvena, Pratatvena, and Bahuda Vishwato Mukha. Like the three kind of persons who worship indirectly, not knowing that is the ultimate goal of their worship. And 16 to 25, we've talked about how the Krishna is the supreme object of worship, Prabhuji. And
Yes.
17th was all because, we also talked about how he is the father, mother, knowledge. He's the Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, and how is a dear friend and eternal seed, Prabhuji. And 20 to 25.
How we can worship him in the universal form, like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we talked about demigod worship, Prabhuji. How those who study the Vedas. And we've also talked about Shine Punya Martya Lokam Vishanti. After all pious activities gets exhausted, we return to this mortal planet.
Yes.
And
So
how Krishna gives protection to
the question is that how this section is starting. Glories of direct worship of Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. Glories of direct.
How this is starting? Last time we have seen, or not?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So, after Ekatvena Pritvena in 9.16, we started seeing that Krishna starts telling about himself, which is glorifying himself. I am the medicine, I am father, mother, support, grandsire, object of knowledge, purifier, Om, Rig, Samaya, Jur, all those things. I give heat, I withhold, send for the rain, immortality, and the death personifies, and all that. And that's how we came here, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So here Krishna is trying to tell that my devotional service, whatever you are doing, ekatvena, prathakvena, bahuda, vishwatomkham, that is somewhat hard. It is very, very difficult to do it this. So now this section where devotional service and their glories has been established by Krishna. And then he is making it sure that everybody can do it. Those who have done this ekatvena, prathakvena, bahuda, vishwatomkham, they will be finding very easy and attractive, very, very simple way they can worship the Krishna directly. So this text 26, Patram pushpam phalam toyam
Patram pushpam phalam toyam
yo me bhaktya prayachati
Yo
me
me
prayachati
tadaham bhakti uparitam
tadaham
Aham
bhakti
bhaktyupahritam
ashnami prayatatmana.
ashnami
tatmana.
Somebody can read the translation and the purport from this.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
A translation. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, fruit, or water, I will accept it. What is Krishna is asking from those who worship him? Patram pushpam phalam toyam, and it is all in the singular. Not offer me leaves or fruits or water. It is in singular. Offer me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water. But what Krishna wants is bhakti. Then he will accept the offering. Not only the fruit, leaf, and flower should be offered in devotion, but they should also be planted in devotion, grown in devotion, and picked in devotion, and should be carried to the altar with devotion. And the offering should be done with devotion, and everything will be surcharged with devotion. That is bhakti upahrutam. This is very advanced stage of devotion. In this chapter, Krishna explains three very advanced verses. Satatam kirtayanto mam, text 14. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam, text 22. And this text, in the next verse, there is a step down because of one doesn't have the adhikari or Patram Pushpam Yomam Bhaktya Pranachati. If one doesn't have this bhakti, then the next step is to Nishkama Karma. Yeah.
So the next shloka is stepping down. Krishna is testing Arjuna always. In a second chapter also he tested. He says that you would like to go to the Swarga, Jitvava Mokshase Mahim, Hatova Prapsasi Swarga Jitvava Bhokshase Mahim. In the second chapter, he is talking about and testing Arjuna, whether you are having a desire to go to the Swarga, whether you are having a desire to be the conqueror of this world. Atova prapsasi swarga. Even if you die, even if you lose, you will be getting. Lose means you are dying. In a battlefield, losing means dying. Then you will be getting a swarga. That is my assurance. And if you win, then you will be the conqueror of the world. So there he tested. Now here also he is testing that. Okay, those who are interested, patram pushpam phalam toyam yomam bhaktya. So bhakti is not there or it is difficult. Then he is stepping down as a Nishkam Karma Yoga in the next verse. Please go on reading the further.
Yeah. Krishna accepts even a leaf, a little water, a flower, or a fruit offered in genuine love. Verse 26. Since Krishna is self-sufficient, he does not need anything from anyone. Still, he accepts the offerings of his devotees as an exchange of love and affection. Therefore, pure love is the only means to approach Krishna. To emphasize this, Krishna mentions the word bhakti twice in this verse. Lord already explained that one should worship him because the results of such worship are eternal and unlimited. Now he says that one should worship him because such worship is easy to execute. In contrast with the complicated rules for a demigod worship, Krishna is asking only a leaf, a flower, water, or fruit. And even those are just the media by which the devotee expresses his love, which is the essential element of the offering. Therefore, intelligent people will follow the process of the congregational chanting of the holy name of God, and in this way, worship of Lord Gauranga, who is Krishna himself with a golden complexion. Worshipping Lord Krishna is not an expensive affair. The worshipping of Lord Chaitanya is even easier and less expensive than worshipping Lord Krishna. The reason is that the little effort taken to collect a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or some water for the worship of Lord Krishna is not even required in Lord Chaitanya's worship. But in any case, both the Supreme Lord can be worshipped easily in any country, in any condition, by anyone, be he foolish or wise, sinful or pious, high born or low born, rich or poor. Then Lord Krishna, the cause of all causes, will accept this offering, and by such spiritual activity, the worshipper becomes eligible to enter his eternal abode. Who could be who could be more foolish than the person who rejects the easy and joyful process and becoming captivated by the mirage of material existence and cravings for temporary mundane facilities, takes shelter of demigods, renunciation through wisdom. In verse 26, the Lord reveals what kind of offering should be made for his pleasure. A sincere devotee should follow such instructions, otherwise he is not acting on the level of loving devotion. Hare Krishna.
So there is a comparison between Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna is expecting something. In a sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha ikshami masucha. There Krishna is expecting that you will be renouncing all the dharma, so-called mundane religions. But Chaitanya says that don't do it. You just chant the name. Automatically everything will be taken out. And here also it has been said that Lord Chaitanya is not asking that patram pushpam phalam toyam. You can just chant. For chanting, how much endeavor is required? For planting a tree and then plucking the flowers and collecting it, then offering it with a devotion, everything in a devotion. That's why it is in this shloka, bhakti is been pronounced twice. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. Tadaham bhakti uparitam ashnami prayatatmana. So the bhakti is spoken twice. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that there is no need for all this sort of things because you are all the Kali Yuga Jivatmas. Better you can chant the name. That doesn't mean that we should not offer this, we should not do this Pancharatrika Vidhi. There are two Vidhis, Bhagavad Vidhi and Pancharatrika Vidhi. In a Bhagavad Vidhi, reading Srimad Bhagavatam and chanting the holy name, These all the things are coming up. But in a Pancharatrika Vithi, it is a deity worship is more elaborately discussed here. So the deity worship is also a part of the Kali Yuga practices. Since it is like we are also doing it here, everywhere in ISKCON temples, the deities are installed and they are worshipped gorgeously. So worshipping the deities means offering the flower to them, doing a shringar, and then offering the bhoga to them and taking care of them as it is your family, as your friend, as your the loving personality, and what a person requires, that much like the 16 years boy is requiring, that much offering has to be given with the love and devotion. But Bhagavad Gita says that it is reading Srimad Bhagavatam is also a deity. Holy name is also a deity. Once one personality was asking His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj that Maharaj, every other sannyasis are having the deities. They are carrying they are having their own deities. Why are you not having the deity? Radhanath Maharaj says that, and he showed his bead bag and says that I am carrying my deity always. These beads are my deities. This holy name is my deity. So, as per the Bhagavad Vidhi, the holy name is a deity. Nama Prabhu has been called as a Nama Prabhu. That doesn't mean that Pancharatrika Vidhi, those who are having the deities, it is wrong. Both the things are wrong. In Krishna consciousness, there are multiple rights are there. Not only one is right and another is wrong. That's why many devotees are having many opinions about the Krishna consciousness practices and many other things. Everybody is right. Everybody is right, as if they are not breaking the rules, if they are not breaking the boundaries. We cannot say or judge that this person is right or this person is wrong. And both the parties, many other parties, like all of them are quoting the shlokas from the scriptures. So that sometimes makes us bewilder. Who is right, who is wrong? Don't try to judge it. Say that both of them are right. Both of them are having the good opinions and they are having the mood to follow it. Okay. Please read further. Yeah.
The remnants of sacrifice are the only suitable foodstuff for those who desire spiritual elevation. The important element in preparing, offering, distributing, and honoring prasadam is to act with love for Krishna. The Mayavadis cannot understand verse 26. For them, it is either a metaphor or a proof that Krishna has a material body. They do not know that Krishna's senses are interchangeable, and therefore hearing the devotee's words of love in offering food stuff is wholly identical with Krishna's eating and tasting. Only a devotee who accepts Krishna as he described himself without interpretations can understand that the supreme absolute truth can eat food and enjoy it. For a small child, everything is provided by the father, but while eating, he offers a small item to the father. My dear father, it is very nice. You taste. How very pleasured the father will be. The father knows that the child is giving him his own food, but when the child says, "Father, this is very nice. You eat." The father replies, "It is very nice. All right, I shall eat it." This is love. How can you offer your love? And if God accepts your offering and eats, then what more do you want? He becomes your most intimate friend. If you accept God as your intimate friend, then you need nothing more. You will be fulfilled. You will tell yourself, I have got everything. Lecture on Bhagavad Gita 9.2, 24-26, New York, 1996. Hare Krishna.
So this is an excerpt from the lecture of Prabhupada. He was speaking that, like the father is getting some foodstuffs which was meant for the kid, and the father knows that I earned and I brought it, and the mother cooked it, and then the child is saying that I am offering some part of mine to you. So this is like the symptom of love from the kid. How much and what things we can offer to the Krishna. How much we can offer. But Krishna is not saying what quantity you offered. Krishna says that what quality of devotion you are offering. So this is very important, that Shabri offered Chute Bear, and Lord Ram accepted it. And many other instances are there in the Bhagavatam, also in many other places, in the local Puranas, in the local Santas, like that. So the devotees, with the love they are offering, that Krishna is taking it. Krishna takes personally also. Krishna takes through his indriyas, which are interchangeable, through that also. The pastime of Raghu, that of the Alarnath temple, if you go there in Alarnath, they will be showing the cuttings and the burnouts of the Alarnath deities. What exactly happened? The Raghu was pleading Krishna, Alarnath, that every day my father is offering, now he is not there. I don't know how to offer the foodstuffs or do like the bhoga to you. But I came to know that whatever we are offering, you accept it. It has been heard by me. So now, in absence of father, I came here. Now it is in front of you. The bhoga is there. Why are you not eating? The innocency of the kid, the Krishna accepted, and Krishna extended his hand in front of the small boy Raghu and started eating it. It was one day, second day, the third day. The mother was really surprised that why the prasadam, Mahaprasadam is not coming back. And she asked, Raghu, where is the Mahaprasadam? No, Krishna ate it. Krishna ate everything. And mother was doubtful. This boy is speaking lie. And when the father came, she explained everything to him. And the father was surprised. My boy is very innocent. How he can speak a lie? So he was hiding himself while Raghu was offering a foodstuff. And Raghu started crying again and says that 3 days you ate, why you are not eating right now, the fourth day? And Krishna started extending his hands to eat the foodstuff. And the father ran after Krishna and says that whole life I was offering with the foodstuff, you never ate in front of me, and how you can eat in front of my kid? And in that hurry, the Krishna hands and the lips got burnt, because it was very hot sweet rice was being prepared for him, and some drops fall on his lips and on hands. So these pujaris are always showing that here it is a burnout of the Krishna. So then the Alarnath spoke with the father and says that I feel your kid is your father. He is teaching you how to offer it with the devotion. and he is having innocency and devotion, so that's why I ate it. But as ritual you was offering, and you was knowing that I will not be eating, you are not having a plate that I eat. So that's why. And Krishna eats through his senses also. What is the shloka? That Krishna's senses are interchanging.
Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittim.
Yeah. So Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram chimanti. That is the shloka. He can interchange through his eyes, he can eat. Through his hands, he can do the activities of the eyes. Any other limb can do the function of other limb also. So the Krishna, just by glancing, he can eat, and he can give it back also. So that is the thing. The people are not understanding why you are offering a Naivedya or Bhoga, and the Bhoga is same, how we can say it is sanctified. The people don't go through this, but Angani Yasasakalendri Timati. The devotees are having the faith on this shloka. That's why the things are happening, that we are offering 6 times the Bhoga to the Lord in that mood, that one day I will be getting a devotion, that Krishna will extend his hand and say that I am eating, you whatever you are offering, I am eating. Just see. So this is the thing where we can have the devotion. First of all, the philosophy and understanding and the principle has to be understood in that proper mood and context. Then the Krishna will make it happen that actually he is eating and fruits. Text 27. Yat karoshi yadashnasi
Yatkaroshi yadashnasi
yad juhosi dadasiyat
Joshi
Juhosi
tadasi.
Dasya
yat tapasyasi kaunteya
Yat
Yat
tapasya
Kaunteya
tat kurushva madarpanam.
Bhamadarpanam.
So this is the shloka of Nishkama Karma Yoga. What is exactly a difference between a bhakti and a Nishkama Karma Yoga? The previous 9.14 and 9.22 and 9.26, these were the devotional shlokas. This is Nishkama Karma Yoga. What exactly a difference between Nishkama Karma Yoga and Bhakti? Bhakti Vidyapurana Maharaj explains it very nicely. Very nicely. What is the difference between that? He explains through the example of the father, that husband and a wife. He explains through the example of the husband and wife. And that wife is preparing a foodstuff for the husband. That wife is thinking that I like pizza. I will be making it such a way that I like it, and I will be making it for my husband first. I will be offering it to him first. So, and I may not be tasting, even if he takes everything, I will not mind it. But the pizza, I like it, so I will be making it. So here, whatever the liking of that person is first thing, the priority. There is no expectation like that I will be getting something back. Whether only one pizza has been made and husband is not knowing that, okay, one pizza only has been made, and he has not left anything for me. Nothing worry. He is happy, but I will be feeding him the pizza. So that is what you like it, you will be offering, and you will not be expecting anything. And the second example is he is saying that where what husband's liking is that is the first thing. She will be knowing it since she is married to that person. She must be knowing that, okay, what he likes it. He likes some Indian cuisine. And then she will be making it even if she is not liking it. And she will make it like that even if he is not keeping a single morsel for her, she will be happy to serve. So that is a thin line difference, the mood of that, what I like it, I will be making it, whether I will be getting it out of that, means like the leftovers are there for me or not, but it is a Nishkama Karma Yoga. And bhakti is what that person likes it, that is more interesting for me. That I will be doing, and I will not be expecting anything in return. In both the cases, the expectations in return are not there. But first, in the first case, Nishkama Karma Yoga, whatever you like it, that is. So that's a Yat Karoshi Yadashnasi. Whatever you do it, offer it to the Krishna. That is a Nishkama Karma Yoga. Please read the translation.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me.
Yeah. So in a Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, if if somebody is offering a patra which he likes it, but Krishna likes what? Tulsi. Krishna likes Tulsi. Oh, I like something, I will be offering. No. Krishna likes, Patram is Krishna likes the Tulsi. Pushpam. What Krishna likes? Lotus. We can offer any which is having the fragrance. Krishna likes the fragrant flowers. So that's why we have to make it sure that whenever we are offering a flower, that any decent or good looking flower, we can just offer it. I like what? That aster. But aster is not having the fragrance. So whatever I like it, no. That what Krishna likes it, the fragrant flowers. The phalam, the best of the best of the fruits, the Krishna likes it, the mangoes and many other sweet fruits. You can offer him any other fruit which you like it. There's like the dragon. Whether the dragon is that it was there or not, and the dragon fruit, it looks very good, that shape, and but the taste, actually it is my taste that I don't like it. What is a dragon? It is not having the sweetness also. It is not having that much bitterness also. What exactly the taste is? The people are eating for the, okay, it is new, something new. The fruit is new. We were not knowing that much. So that's why the dragon fruit. Prabhuji, aapke dragon fruit lage. So what Krishna likes it, if that is the mentality first, whenever we are thinking that, oh, Krishna, what you like it, then it is a devotional service. What I like, when this goes first, then it is a Nishkam Karma Yoga. Both the things are same. It looks very much same, but the mentality is different. So there is a thin line between Nishkam Karma Yoga and Bhakti. And the Nishkam Karma Yoga, from the Sakam, then Nishkam is better. And the Nishkam, then it extends. Then what Krishna likes it, with a devotion, proper devotion, the devotion categories are increasing, then it becomes a pure devotional service. In a Nishkam, Nishtha, then there's all this nine processes are there, the upper side, where the Anartha Nivritti is also happening. That time also, the devotional service is in a primitive stage. But when it increases more and more bhav and prem, then we are always in a mood of thinking. There is no struggle of thinking what Krishna likes it. There is only a thought process that how can I make Krishna happy. There you will be revealed that what Krishna likes it. But here is a difficulty to make it aware of oneself that what Krishna likes it in Anartha Nivritti stage. So that's why we should read whatever the things are there, whatever the senior devotees are making an offering, how they are offering. When I started offering the fruits to the Lord first time in which is called as Uttapan Bhoga, I was not peeling the covering. Here, some of our devotees, they peel the chikkus also. I was wondering, how can you peel the chikkus? They were saying that if that chikkus covering is somewhat bitter, then what? We don't want to take a chance. Better we can peel everything. As Krishna should taste all the sweetness. Then I was asking, but Krishna likes all the tastes, no? Only sweet, or then one particular devotee gave a very nice answer. He likes all the tastes, but we can give only sweet to him. Because he is a Madhu, he is a Madhusudana, he is a sweet. Whether he wants it, but how? Then I was asking that the Karela also we make a sabji, na? Then he says that Karela we are making a sabji, but the sweets, like the fruits, has to be offered in a sweet way. Whenever we are offering the fruits, that is somewhat. I was still searching more and more. And one devotee, like the Purijan Prabhu, I asked to the Purijan Prabhu, not one devotee. He said that why are you making so many complicated statements like that? The Karela and this all this thing. Why are you just on a mental platform that always speaking? Better we can follow the serious whatever. Why can't we become a simple devotee? Then I accepted. Okay, there are some questions which are always there in the mind, but better we can follow whatever the Mahajana Yena Katha Sapanta, whatever they are doing, we can follow it. That's the thing. Hare Krishna. So the translation and the purport, somebody can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Translation. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. Verses 14, 22, and 26 have described Ananya Bhakti, pure devotion. According to Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura, verses 27, 28 describe those who are not yet able to perform pure devotional service. Whatever one does, eats, offers, or gives away, and whatever austerities one performs should be done as an offering to Krishna. Verse 27. This level is different from the stage of pure bhakti because, as Srila Sridhara Swami explains, in Ananya Bhakti, acts first offered to the Lord should be performed, rather than performing the activity and then offering them later. Commentary to Bhagavatam 7.5.24. In a lecture on the prayers of Queen Kunti given in Mayapur 1974, Srila Prabhupada also discriminates between these two stages. Krishna is meant for the Paramhamsa and Muni, very, very exalted persons. Yoga means contact or having connection. Bhakti Yoga means directly connecting with Krishna or God. Other yogas are not directly connected. When there is Karma Yoga, it is adulterated. It is not pure. Karma Yoga means Yat Karoshi, Yat Ashnasi, Yat Juhosi, Radasi Yat. In the beginning, one cannot take to pure Bhakti Yoga. Therefore, Karma Yoga is recommended. People are interested in different types of work. So therefore, Krishna says, Yat Karoshi, never mind whatever you are doing. So how does it become Karma Yoga. Now, Kurushva Tad Mat Arpanam. You give it to me. Krishna says, all right, go on. You are attached to business. You go on doing that. But the money earned out of your business, you give to me. This is Karma Yoga. It doesn't matter whatever you are doing, but the ultimate result you give to me. By acting in this way, one will be freed of the bondage of action and its results. By fixing the mind on Krishna in this way, one will reach the Lord. Verse 28.
So our process is that, see, whenever we are meeting some donors, that the donation they are giving, and they need some acknowledgements that oh, I give some donation. And if that donor is particular like that, he is interested to give a donation to Krishna only, and he is knowing that the Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he needs some acknowledgement of that, then he is a Sakam Karma Yoga. And sometimes we encourage the people, those who are first-time visitors, and then we say that Bhakti is really simple. What is that you do for the pleasure of Krishna? Whatever you are doing, you are at your profession, you can do your profession, but give the results. This is Karmanye Madhikarasya Ma Phaleshu Kadachana. This is also a Nishkama Karma Yoga only, isn't it? This is not a pure devotional service. Karmanye Vadhikarasya Ma Phaleshu Kadachana. You can do your karma and give the results to me. So that is also Nishkama Karma Yoga. But it is Nishkama Karma Yoga, that stage is also very difficult for the people in general. Even for the devotees also it is difficult for someone. And we are not on the platform of the Bhakti more, but we are more on the platform of the Nishkama Karma Yoga. We are doing whatever we are doing. And it's like the temple and the congregation and many other people. I am speaking some frank words to you. Like, please don't be offended or something. But the thing is that where we are just as per Prabhupada, where the people, whenever we are saying that you can attach your profession, you can give the results of your profession to a temple and many other things. So it is a Nishkama Karma Yoga. It is a Nishkama Karma Yoga only. This is like, but it is very close to the devotional service. Very close. It's like, but practically doing everything for the pleasure of Krishna, thinking of him. It is not outwardly, inwardly also we can just. The Nishkama Karma Yogis, if they are doing something for the pleasure of Krishna, but the work they are offering to the Krishna like that. So they will be, one day they will be pulled by the Krishna and asked to do a devotional service directly. So direct service of Krishna for the pleasure of Krishna. Sometimes the brahmacharis, they are having the feeling that my brahmachari friends are there now. Atul Govindu and Pandurang Shampu, are they there? Are they present here? Hare Krishna. Atul Govindu. I feel they have not joined today. They are having some function in their temple. Okay. So that they are having the concept that we are doing a direct devotional service. We are getting that. But the mood, whether we are having the proper mood of that, whether we are doing whatever we are liking it, and then offering that result to the Krishna. Come on, it is like sometimes a manager gives a task or the service to the brahmachari. And then after some time, the brahmachari is asking, Prabhu, out of duty, I did this, but I like to do this seva more. Interest interest one can have it, but wherever the Krishna's or the organization needs, that has to be checked also. So if we are directly offering some service to the Krishna directly, like whatever the services for the temple management or whatever they're organizing a Rath Yatra, these are the direct services. Even for the grahasthas also, these direct services are available. Making the garland for Krishna, or managing the Rath Yatra, or the preaching engagements. Rest others like working and managing, working for the pleasure of the family and to maintain the family and offering the results. That somewhat I feel it is like, it is my personal opinion. It is not clear. I have seen this in any of the scriptures, but it may go close where the devotional service is. It may be Nishkam Karma Yoga, and that has to be done. It is not that there is like one shouldn't just shrink out his responsibilities. So the thing is that Nishkama Karma Yoga is the foundation for the devotional service. It's a foundation where the responsibilities has to be taken care and offering the results to the Krishna. So that is the Nishkama Karma Yoga. But those who are doing a direct devotional practice, those who are doing a direct service to the Krishna, still there is a chance inside that they may be doing some Nishkama Karma Yoga. Whatever I like, whatever I would like to do, I would like to do and offer the results. So as per Bhanu Swami Maharaj, he says that most of us are offering, most of us are doing some, 90% of our ISKCON devotees are doing Nishkama Karma Yoga only. But that is also a sufficient, that is also a very, very good thing. We are offering the results to the Krishna and says that, okay, do your best, leave the rest. That is our mood. The next shloka. Shubha Shubha Faler Evam Moksha Se Karma Bandhane Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma Vimukto Mamupaisasi. Translation.
Can I read, Prabhu? Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
No problem. Yes, Prabhu. 728 translation. In this way, you will be freed from bondage to work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. With your mind fixed on me in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. Commentary. This shows the simplicity of the worship of Krishna and the super excellence of the results. A devotee, even if committing a horrible act, is considered saintly and is quickly rectified. Krishna then requests Arjuna to boldly declare that his devotees are never vanquished.
The next okay.
Yeah. Such a person, being the greatest among the liberated souls, Vimuktaha, achieves direct service of the Lord. Thus, verse 28 establishes direct service to Krishna as far superior to liberation. Srila Prabhupada elaborates in Enunciation Through Wisdom, small book. If a person follows this injunction and with love offers the Lord everything he has, wife, house, family, influence, learning, business, religiosity, labor, food, water, whatever is required to maintain the body, and even lust, greed, and anger, then the Lord accepts these offerings and completely satisfies the offerer. And at the time of death, the Lord takes such a surrendered soul to his supreme abode. The demigods are empowered to accept only certain type of offerings, whereas Lord Krishna can accept the karma phala or fruitive results of everyone. The Supreme Lord alone is powerful enough to accept conflicting fruitive results and moods of worship. This indicates Krishna's supreme lordship and absolute position. Panditas define Nishkama Karma as activities free from the desire for fruitive gain or empirical knowledge. Only such transcendental activities can be offered to Lord Krishna. But all activities, whether verbal, physical, or mental, are transcendental if offered to the Lord with love and devotion. And he duly receives these offerings by his causeless mercy. Hare Krishna. Continue, Prabhu.
Yeah, please.
Sure, thank you, Prabhu. However, at this juncture, we must avoid committing a mistake. Our present discussion does not include the materialistic caste brahmanas offering of oblations or fruitive work to Lord Narayana. Because such offerings are not devoid of lust, there is no love or devotion in them. We have earlier established that the main criteria for a proper offering to the Lord is that it be done with love and devotion for the satisfaction of his senses. Hence, we must understand that only those things or services offered solely for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord are actually accepted by him. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, now Arjuna asks a question. You liberate and give yourself to your devotees, but then do you not show prejudice arising from attraction and repulsion? The Lord refutes this in the next verse.
So this is the shloka where it has been mentioning about that, that whatever you are offering, like the Panditas are saying that Nishkam Karma as activities free from the desires for fruitive gain or empirical knowledge. So this is, it is not like the, just over 1 minute. मी तुला फोन कॉल करून करतो मी क्लास. So here it is not that first we just mentioned it about that the Nishkama Karma Yogas. It is very close and thin line differences between the Bhakti Yoga. But the Nishkama Karma Yoga, whatever the devotees or those who are performing that, they are offering it to the Lord, and the Lord gives the guarantee that they will be coming back. But a Nishkama Karma Yoga, that will, it is not, it doesn't mean that only by the Nishkama Karma Yoga you will come back to the Lord. It is like, unless we are turning from the Nishkama Karma Yoga to the Prema Bhakti, till that time, like the people will not be going back to God. Here, Prabhupada is mentioning about that, but the stages are like that. Unless one has perfected his devotional service, nobody will be going back to God. The Nishkam Karma Yoga is a starting point. Whenever a person starts, it is expected that he will be finishing also. And it will be taking some time. Some people say that it is 3 lifetimes, it is 7 lifetimes. But Prabhupada says that you just do what the devotional service you are doing, I will be taking it from the back door end. So it is Acharya's hope for us whenever we are doing a devotional service. That's why the Acharyas are mentioning about these statements. So it is a hope-giving statements for us. Or else what the capacity we are having it. And it is not only Nishkama Karma, but the activity, it is not only activities, but it is verbal, physical, and mental. So whatever, even if you are not done an activity, but still you thought about it in a Kali Yuga, the benefit of doubt will be given to you. So the devotion in the mind also it will be accepted. Devotion in the words also it will be accepted. So even if one fails to do an activity, but he says that one day I would like to go to the Vrindavan Dham and I can worship Radha and Krishna. So that's why the devotees can dream more what I would like to do in my devotional life. Even if they are failed to do the execution of that, but the verbal and the mental activities will be having the same marks. Like in a closed book examination, whatever you are writing, that is having the importance. But Krishna says that even if you thought of, but you are not, you fail to write the correct answer, but you thought of the correct answer, it will be giving a full mark for you. So that's why I am not able to cook, but I can just say that, oh Krishna, how good it was. Like if I know the cooking and I can make some sweet items and preparations for your pleasure, I can make some rasgullas for you. I am not knowing the cooking, but still I get marks for that. Okay, I got the full marks of making the rasgullas. Hare Krishna. That doesn't mean that one should not do the activity, but and says that, oh Krishna, now I will be making a Rajbhog for you in a mind. But actually one can do those who are having that skills. And those who are not having it, they can just pray and prepare in the mind and says that, oh Krishna, I can preach. But actually the preaching has to be done, whatever the things, whatever the ability one is having it, according to that. But Tamala Krishna Maharaj used to say that when I used to offer a new shaved up devotees in front of Srila Prabhupada, and that time I used to pray that only 10 I made it. But in my mind, the hundreds of the devotees I just thought of. And one day I just told Prabhupada, I was just thinking while offering this 10, 20 devotees to you, I was just thinking hundreds and thousands. Prabhupada says that you are getting the benefit of that, of thinking also. The next sloka, text 29. Samoham sarva bhuteshu.
Samoham sarva bhuteshu.
Name dveshosti na priya.
Name
Shosti na
priya.
Ye bhajanti tu maam bhaktya.
Ye
bhajanti
bhajanti
Mayi te teshu chapyaham.
chapyaham.
Please read the translation in perfect.
Hare Krishna, can I?
Yeah, please, Hare Krishna.
I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. The first part of the verse, Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu, knows Krishna as the super soul who is equal to everyone. But whoever renders service unto me is that is Bhagavan. He is not equal to his devotee as he is in relation with everyone. No, he is partial to his devotee. In the beginning of this chapter, when Krishna was explaining his inconceivable energies, he declared how everything is not in him and how he is aloof from everything. But for the devotees, he is not aloof. Maite teshu chapyaham. They are in me and certainly I am in them. This is Krishna's relationship with his devotees. This is Bhagavan feature, different from the Paramatma feature in Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu.
So here, nicely explained, Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu is a feature of Paramatma. He is equal to everyone. But where the Bhagwan feature is there, that but I am partial to it. Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu name dveshasvi na priya. Ye bhajanti tu maam bhaktya mai te teshu chapyaham. I am there, like whenever the discrimination is there, the person who is serving me and person who is loving me, I am loving to him. It is a human nature. And that human nature comes from the Lord. And the Lord says that if somebody loves me, I also love him. Na? I am also like that. And that nature is from the Lord. If somebody is loving you, you will love him also. You have to love him somehow or other. It is a nature that, and you like to have the association of that person who is loving you. So the Krishna says that Samoham Sarvabhuteshu, it is my Paramatma nature. I don't feel any bad, I don't feel anything. I am just offering everything to everyone. No partiality. That is my Paramatma nature. But when in a Bhagwan form, I discriminate also. Please go on, ready.
Krishna does not envy anyone, nor he is partial. Though equal to all, he's a friend to one who renders loving service to him in devotion, and he declares that such a devotee is in him and he is his friend. Verse 29. In his commentary, Srila Baldev Vidyabhushana compares Krishna to rain. Some trees produce bitter fruits and other produce sweet fruits. This does not mean that the rain is partial. In the same way, the Lord is equal to all living beings. At the same time, he is especially inclined towards his devotees. This special affection is not a fault, but rather an ornament of the Lord, who is known as Bhaktavatsala, the lover of his devotees. Srila Prabhupada writes in Renunciation Through Wisdom, one must not misunderstand the meaning of the word sama, equal. It does not mean that the Lord is impersonal and that he will bless with any whimsical act, even unruly behavior. The Lord is absolutely personal, the reservoir of divine sentiments, the supreme performer of transcendental pastimes, and he is the well-wishing friend of all living beings. But friendship has different degrees of intimacy. Thus, the Lord's equal disposition is not without varieties of personalism. In other words, the Lord reciprocates with us according to our intensity of love for him. In the Gita 4.11, he says, Ye thamam prapadyanta tam stataiva bhajamyaham. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. He responds to all the different devotional mellows, servitorship, fraternity, paternal affection, and conjugal love. Similarly, he ignores those who disrespect him by regarding him as an ordinary mortal. Conversely, he always shelters and protects those who accept him as the Supreme Lord and serve him with loving devotion, following in the footsteps of saintly masters. In the beginning of this chapter, the Lord explained that although the material creation rests on him, he remains aloof from it. Here in verse 29, he says that he does not stay aloof from his devotees. This indicates that the relationship with his devotees is most important for Krishna. To compare the Lord to a desire tree is only partially correct. The desire tree responds equally to all requests and does not develop affection. On the contrary, the Lord becomes personally involved in the lives of his devotees to an extent that he is willing to become the enemy of his devotees' enemy. Hare Krishna.
Name dveshosti na priyaha samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshosti na priyaha. That he is contradicting his own lines. What he spoke, name dveshosti na priyaha. But exceptions. Then he says that ye bhajanti to mam bhaktya maite teshu chapiham. But those who are worshipping with me devotion, I am for them. I am for them always. Means he is loving now. So the Paramatma feature I contradict in a Bhagwan feature. Paramatma feature may be equal for everyone, but for the Bhagwan, I am personal. Paramatma is impersonal. Bhagwan is a personal feature of mine where I like, where I dislike. I am having some my opinions, my love towards my devotees. So that is the feature we are trying to serve. Why the people generally worship the Paramatma feature? Because they don't want the corrections in their lives. But a Krishna, in a Bhagwan feature, he speaks what he likes, he speaks what he doesn't like it. Paramatma is giving some voices, but he is keeping quiet also. Upadrishta Anumanta, that's only. And even if he has not given Anumanta, he is just overseer. The people don't like the interference of any other person in their life. They always say that, "Tum mere जीवन में ना उथल पुथल मचा रहे हो." So they don't like it. But Krishna is also taking like that. So that's why Paramatma is good always. That Upadrishta. You be only a overseer what I am doing. Anumanta, whether you sanctions it or not, but we will be doing whatever you would like to do. But the Bhagwan feature is that where we are always caring the opinion of the Lord. We are always knowing that Krishna is watching, and we are always seeing that the Krishna is getting disheartened by our activities. So that's why we should not do it. Whenever the personal feature of the Lord is coming in a picture, we have to become very sensitive. So that sensitivity is there in a devotional life. What Krishna will be thinking about me? There is one senior Shri Vaishnava Sampradaya Acharya. He was quoting in our South Indian Yatra that Shri Vaishnavas always have to think in that direction, that what Ramanujacharya will be thinking of us when we are doing some wrong activity. How he will be feeling, how his reactions will be. So that is a personal form, personal feature. A person is there and his likings are there, his dislikings are there, and that we have to try our best to have the likings fulfilled of that Acharya. So here the Krishna's likings has to be fulfilled. So that person is very close to the Lord. He can easily access the Lord's mercy. So that we have to think. That's why the personal form is worship of the Krishna. When the person is there and we are trying to love that person, we always have to take care that what is his likings and how we can behave in front of him. Apichet suduracharo.
Apichet suduracharo.
Bhajate mam ananya bhag.
Bhajate mam
Sadhureva samantavya. Samyak vyavasito hi sa. Read the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination.
So this shloka, one should not see that, okay, it is hope for me. This shloka is to see a devotee. It is like this shloka, generally the people see that, oh, I committed many abdominal activities. Now the people should see me as a devotee. as per this shloka. No, we should see through this shloka, we should, through the vision of this shloka, we can see a devotee. Externally, he might have done some abominable activities where the management is punishing, and then he is still trying to reinstate himself. This is the vision. The Krishna is carrying the vision for a devotee. So why we cannot? We always criticize one single mistake of a devotee. We always criticize. It says that Prabhu, he is like that only. He always does such a mistake. Krishna says that Suduracharo, it is a character blemish. Even if a person is having a bad character, what is a character means what? See, the first thoughts are there. Thoughts changes into the words. Words changes into the action. Actions becomes a habit, and habit becomes a character. So that character is missing, and he has become a Duracharu. Not only once he has done something, but he slipped it, and he slipped, and his character become like that. But still he is trying to reinstate again and taking up the devotional service. We should not say that, Arey, you was like that. You was what woman mongler, you was like that, you was fallen into the material pool of ditch. Or we should not say that. We should say that, oh, he is practicing. And Krishna's vision to that particular devotee is what? Apiche Suduracharu. Bhajate Mam Ananya Bha. Sadhu Deva Samantavya. We should consider him as a sadhu because he has taken a devotional life again. Not for us. We should always condemn ourselves and say that I am a rascal number one. I'm a fool number one. I don't know anything. Yeah, please go on reading.
This doesn't mean that someone who is a devotee can commit abominable actions. This apichet term means even if, although it is practically impossible for a person who is really a devotee to commit abominable actions, but even if happens, he has to be considered saintly. Srila Prabhupada says in his purport the words Sadhur Eva. He is saintly and very empathetic. They are a warning to the non-devotees that because of an accidental fall down, a devotee should not be derided. He should still be considered saintly even if he has accidentally fallen down. And the word Mantavyaha is still more empathetic. If one does not follow this rule and there is a devotee for his accidental fall down, then one is disobeying the order of Supreme Lord. The only qualification of a devotee is to be unflinchingly and exclusively engaged in devotional service. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura explains in his purport to verse 30, Apichet Su Duracharu. Arjuna says, when someone is worshipping, certainly he is a sadhu, but if he does nonsense, then he is a sadhu, non-saintly. But Krishna replies, no, in every regard he is a sadhu, because he is properly resolved to serve me. He is thinking, I am unable to give up this sinful activity and I will go to hell, but will not give up devotional service to Krishna because of his determination. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura says, Krishna keeps him as a sadhu. He accepts him as a sadhu. But Srila Prabhupada warns us to not take advantage of this and commit sins thinking, I am a sadhu, I am a devotee, therefore I can do whatever I want and Krishna will accept me. No, this is Namno bhaladyasya hi papa buddhir na vidiyate tasya hi shuddhihi. The seventh offense to chant of the holy name, vidiyate tasya yamair. If one has this mentality, even if he goes to the court of Yamaraj and becomes punished, he cannot be purified of this great offense. One should avoid that mentality and just accept what Krishna says. Why? Because such a person, due to his determination, Kshipram Bhavati Dharmatma, quickly becomes Dharmatma or righteous. And Krishna says, righteous. And Krishna says,
yeah. So the next shloka is that Shipram Bhavati Dharmatma. So one should not think that on the strength of my chanting, naam ke bal pe paap karne. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name is also one of the offense. So that one should not think of, oh, I am chanting, I can do anything. That person will not be purified even if that person has been sent to the Yamraja's court. He will not be purified. Text 31. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma.
Kshipram
bhavati dharmatma.
Shashvat shantim nigacchati. Kaunteya pratijanihi. Name bhakta pranashyati. Translation, please read. Translation commentary.
Go ahead, Prabhuji.
Translation. He quickly becomes righteous and attains lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotees never perishes. Commentary. Because Krishna is sometimes known to be breaking his promises. He asked his devotee to declare that boldly because Krishna always keeps the word of his devotee. Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur says, in this connection, such an irreligious man who is rendering service, how do you accept his service? His heart is polluted by lust, greed, anger, and his offering are polluted by such things. Krishna answers, very quickly he becomes Dharmatma, righteous, and accept him. Krishna has not used the future tense. He didn't say he very quickly will become Dharmatma. Very quickly he becomes Dharmatma because he laments, remembering Krishna again and again. Because of lamentations, his heart burns. He thinks, alas, alas, there is no other devotee like me. I am a black spot for devotees. Again and again he curses himself. Saswat means again and again. Santim, he becomes purified due to condemning himself. Or one can take it in this way. Such a person, even Durachari, with improper or low activities, possesses a righteousness within him in a subtle form. He is taking the medicine of devotion, and although the fever remains, he doesn't fear. He knows that the improper activities will go away by the power of the medicine or devotional service. The improper activities of such a devotee are like snakes with their fangs removed, and he obtains eternal peace, Sasvat Santim, for his lust, greed, etc. will go away to never return. Arjuna says, I understand he becomes Dharmatma, there is no dispute, but if he remains Durachari, does abominable activities during his life, should we still consider him a sadhu? Krishna becomes angry. His eyes becomes enlarged. He says, Kaunteya Pratijani, my devotees never perishes. Even if he dies, he does not go down. When Krishna said like this, Arjuna put his hand on his head and said in a great worry, many people will not agree, and he become morose. How can I help them to understand this fact? Krishna says, take Krishna says, take mridangas, take kartals, take drums, and bang everything loudly, and go to where they are speaking like this, and raise both hands on the air. Take a vow, take a oath in my name, and say like this: the devotee of the Lord, even if improperly behaving, will never perish. And when you speak like this, all the people will fall at your feet and say, Maharaj, you are my Guru. But why is Krishna himself not taking this oath? He himself in the 18th chapter will take a vow. Why doesn't he take it here? The Lord, before speaking, thoughts for a moment, I like my devotees very much, and I can't tolerate problems put upon them. I always protect my devotees, and in this battlefield, I have to break my own word when Arjuna will be fighting.
So I just would like to check your understanding over this whole page. Somebody would like to just elaborate over it, what he has understood by this. Please raise the hands if you would like to speak some. Yeah, Satya Prabhu, Hare Krishna, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, here I think Krishna is confirming that his devotees will never perish. That means even if they do even a minimum amount of bhakti, they always come back at least at some stage.
Yeah, that is first thing. Like, but what is the internal question which Arjuna didn't ask, but acharyas are commenting over it? If that person is durachari, then what? How we can consider him as a sadhu? That Arjuna is asking. Saraswati Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Even it is said that even a durachari can be considered a devotee because he is engaged in devotional service. So, so he gains Krishna's mercy through that.
Oh.
So he remains a devotee, Prabhuji. So that's my understanding.
So the durachari will be perishing, na? He is a perishable person. Actually, he will be perished. So how the Krishna is saying
But
that?
he is internally crying that he did the sinful actions.
Like the lamentation is there. Yeah, the lamentation is the vital part.
He is little by little he is cleaning his sins, Prabhuji, by doing the devotional service.
So that person who is lamenting, that is the first part he spoke in the first paragraph. The sincere lamentation of the devotee will not be like considered as durachari. But still, like there is one line it is mentioned here that why Krishna is not taking like and asking that you go out and on my name you can beat the mrudangas and kartal and openly say to everyone that okay, my devotees will not be perishing.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, maybe it is to encourage devotees, maybe by accident, if they do something wrong, they still have hopes, and then they don't go on the reverse path.
But there is a chance that Arjuna asked that then may become a durachari, then how we can consider him as a sadhu? That is, durachari means like the person who is not that much lamenting. So that is that. So how we can just see that? Deepa Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So what I understood here is that Krishna says that even if somebody who is doing abominable actions, but while doing, he is remembering Krishna, that I am doing such bad things, and there is no other devotee like me who's so bad, who's a black spot. But in the process, he's remembering Krishna so much that the process itself is purifying to him, and therefore he gets purified. That is what he's saying, and therefore he never perishes.
So this line you can read again, the second last line.
Second last, the Lord, before speaking, thought for a moment, I like my devotees very much, and I can't tolerate problems put upon them. I always protect my devotees, and in this battlefield, I have to break my vow, my own word, when Arjuna will be fighting.
So Krishna here is he is not taking a vow himself, and Krishna was knowing that I will be breaking my own vows, and in the starting only, if I am taking a vow of myself only, and in my life the people sees that I broke my vow only. So that's why I will not be taking a vow, and I will ask my devotee to take a vow, to take a vouch on my name, that, oh, Krishna is saying that, and it is like I am saying that, oh, that Krishna will be protecting. So whenever for the Bhishma's and Arjuna's vow, Krishna protected, and Krishna came in the picture, and their vows were intact. One of the vow of the Bhishma was been broken, but Bhishma's another vow that I would like to see that Krishna broke my vow. I will make it sure that Krishna's vow will be broken. That is my second vow that the Bhishma was saying. And for the Bhishma's sake, Krishna broke the vow also, that I will not be left in the world. So, and for the protection of the Arjuna, and to keep the vow of Bhishma, Krishna broke his vow. So that's why Krishna is not proclaiming that I take a vow that, oh Arjuna, you please take a vow, because in the future I will be breaking my vows. And the lamentation and the durachari part, that Krishna says that that I cannot tolerate the problems but put upon them. I always protect my devotees, and for that sake, like I cannot see or tolerate the problems. So how my devotees will be turning to the duracharis? My devotional service, they are doing it. They will be purified more instantly than any other process. And in that case, the Krishna will be showering his special mercy through the devotional service to that particular soul, that he will not be committing more and more the activities, or he will not be performing such activities more. Since he is in touch with the devotional service, the Krishna's mercy is free flowing to that person's heart. So Krishna will make it sure that this person will not go to the court of the Yamaraj and suffer there. Krishna is such a loving father that he is not really willing to put us into such things. So that's why he is saying that the person will not become a Durachari, Arjuna. He will not become, because since he is practicing the devotional life, he will not become. This is like you are just thinking, but that my person, my devotee will not become all turned to the Durachari. It externally may appear to you, but he is internally lamenting. And for that, the lamentation, even if he is not sincerely lamenting, but he, in some corner of his heart, he is just thinking that I am doing a bad thing. I will be acting on that small lamentation and that small spark, and I will make it huge. And he will cry loudly for my support. And while performing the devotional service and crying loud, it happens that how that person will become a Durachari. I am acting in the lives of my devotees, Krishna says that. That is understanding here. So please continue. Ready? What was the last line? I always protect my devotees, and in this battlefield, I have to break my own word when Arjuna will be fighting with Bhishma. Please read further.
Yeah, with Bhishma, people will say, oh, he has spoken so many words, but he broke them. But they know that Arjuna's words are like lines on a stone. Krishna therefore thought, Arjuna, not me, should make this vow. Some people say Durachar means not improper behavior, but just attachment to wife and family. But such interpretations shouldn't be accepted. This is why the devotee should surrender to Krishna, because Krishna is so kind and merciful to his devotees in so many ways, because he is a personal guide and he personally takes interest in his devotee. Not only Krishna tells Arjuna to declare it boldly that his devotees will never perish even if they are lakhs, but also he says Krishna personally maintains and cares for his devotees. Even if his devotee acts improperly, Krishna would nevertheless protect and purify him. If by chance or accident a devotee who is engaged in loving service to Krishna is found to have fallen, he should still be considered saintly, because he is properly situated in his determination. Quickly he will be re-established again. Krishna says to Arjuna to declare boldly that his devotee never perishes. Verse 30 to 31. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, next you can read.
Okay, Prabhuji. The Lord does not take seriously an accidental fall down, because the devotee is determined to continue his service despite the obstacles placed by his conditional nature. In the case of an accidental fall down, the only prashchita for a devotee is devotional service itself. Srila Prabhupada explains in his purport to verse 31. According to the Vedas, there is a certain regulation that if one falls down from his exalted position, he has to undergo certain ritualistic processes to purify himself. But here there is no such condition, because the purifying process is already there in the heart of the devotee, due to his remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead constantly. Therefore, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare should be continued without stoppage. This will protect a devotee from all accidental fall downs. He will thus remain perpetually free from all material contaminations. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura comments on verse 30-31 as follows. But considering his bad conduct, how is he a devotee? He is to be respected as a devotee because of his devotee qualities. It is a command. Not doing so is offense. My order is the authority. So he should be considered devotee in that portion where he worships you, and as an non-devotee in that portion where he commits adultery. No, he should be considered as a devotee eva in all his parts. You should not see his bad qualities at all. He is completely convinced. Samak Vyavsitaha. He makes a splendid resolutions. I will go to hell for my sinful actions, which are hard to give up, but I will not give up dedicated worship of Krishna. How can you accept the worship of such a sinful person? How can you eat the food and drink offered by a heart contaminated with lust and anger? Very quickly he becomes righteous. The present tense is used instead of the future to express the fact that having committed sin. By remembering me, he becomes repentant and very quickly becomes righteous. Oh, how unfortunate I am. There is no one as low as I, bringing bad name to the devotees. Repeatedly, he feels completely disgusted.
So the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Pad and the previous Baldev Vidyabhushan are on the same hands on together. They are speaking the same lines. So we can go on further the next shloka, since the same things are mentioned here. Mam he partha vyapashritya
Mam he partha vipashritya
yepisyu papayonaya
episyu papayonaya
striyo vaishyastatha shudras
striyo vaishyasthatha
tepi yanti param gatim.
yanti param gatim.
Translation and purport, somebody can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
O son of Partha, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, merchants, and Sudras, workers, can attain the supreme destination. Commentary. Those of lower birth can be purified. What to speak of those of high class?
Yes.
Everyone is eligible for the supreme destination. There is no distinction between lower and higher classes of people. Women, merchants, workers, and people of lower birth. 1 second. There is no distinction between lower and higher classes of people. Women, merchants, workers, and people of lower births can also attain the supreme destination by taking shelter of Krishna. What then can be said of the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas who are born in pure families and who become devotees with proper conduct? The devotees and the saintly kings, having come to this temporary miserable world, should engage in loving service to Krishna. Verses 32 to 33. In this purport, Srila Prabhupada explains the meaning of the word anityam. Should I stop, Prabhu?
Yeah, please go on reading.
In this material world, there are classifications of people, but after all, this world is not a happy place for everyone, for anyone. It is clearly stated here, anityam asukam lokam. This world is temporary and full of miseries, not habitable for any sane gentleman. This world is declared by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be temporary and full of miseries. Some philosophers, especially Mayavadi philosophers, say that this world is false, but we can understand from Bhagavad Gita that the world is not false, it is temporary. There is a difference between temporary and false. This world is temporary, but there is another world which is eternal. This world is miserable, but the other world is eternal and blissful.
Okay. My question to you all, in this shloka, Mam hi partha vyapashritya yepisyu papayonaya striyo vaishyas tatha shudra. Why this striyo? Why this women are mentioned here, or vaishyas? Shudra, it is all right, okay. Striyo and vaishyas, why it is mentioned there? Ye pisu papa yoneya. Papa yoneya. It is not only a adhama, papa yoneya. What is that papa yoni there?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So Vaishya here mean like the guna of Raju and Tamo is a mix of Vaishya guna. It's not, they're not talking about a caste here. The guna which he's talking about here.
And Striyo. The Matajis should not feel offended. It is not a Striyo for them only. The mentality, okay? So, anybody would like to comment over the Striyo? Any Matajis would like to give?
Sri, Vaishya and Shudra were not involved in this scriptural studies and understanding of or seeking of absolute truth. I am guessing that because this question comes to me again and again when I read. I have an initiative where I read Bhagavatam to non-devotees, not Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. So I do face this question, but even I don't know what to answer. But I'm assuming, and I usually say that they were involved at household work and at religious activities, karma kanda more, and not into the scriptural studies.
No. I feel why then the scriptural studies are not offered to the Matajis or the Striyos. Matajis for the devotees, I am not referring them. I will answer it, but I just would like to brainstorm.
There was one verse where it was also mentioned that somebody who has a lot of lust and attachment to the opposite gender in a previous life gets born like a woman in this life. There was a purport in which mentioned
I will
that.
just say that I will just reverse your statement. Those who were more attracted towards the opposite gender, they are in opposite parties now. Yeah. Those who are attracted towards the ladies who were attracted towards gents, they are now the gents. The Antakal was like Antakal, what the mentality one is having, that thing one is getting it as per the guna and karma and like that. But why the Striyo?
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu, can that be considered as a woman being more bodily conscious compared to men? Is that makes?
Oh, very wonderful. Very wonderful. Prabhu, Subbarao Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, very good answer. That is, see, and why Mataji, I just would like to answer is that why the women are not allowed to read the scriptures as per the tradition. Why it is not? Because they will see the scriptures in a mundane point of view. They will see them like that is a tendency. Whenever the woman's tendency, as per like in a satsanga programs, the majority turning overs are of the Matajis only. But they are going for, some of them are really genuine, but majority of them are not taking it very seriously also. आज ये बाबा के पास में जाएंगे, कल वो बाबा के पास में. The philosophy is not actually going inside more. The culture, the cultural part, they are accepting more, but the philosophical understanding of the scriptures are not developing that much. Generally, it is not everyone, but generally it is not been developed. You just ask like many of the ladies, they will not be able to answer the scriptural understanding. They will be accepting the culture part more. Oh, this is very, very difficult. So that's why their faith is very less. Shudras, Vaishyas are more commercial. Their faith can be changed easily. For money or many facilities related things, The Vaishya's faith may change. The Shudras are not having at all understanding, and the woman's faith is not developed because they are not having that much understanding of the scriptures. Even if you try more and more, there are so many Matajis are there in our ISKCON, those who are very philosophical sound. But majority of the Matajis are very cultural, like they get attracted towards the culture. And that culture will be shaken out when the somebody is making some wrong philosophy. They will not able to sustain themselves. So that's why Mamhi Partha when the man takes the devotional service, he is rational more than the emotional. But ladies are generally, I am not talking about everyone. It is generally, it has been said that they are more emotional than the rest. So the rationality will make the man very solidly progressing. And emotional, when the devotees like the Matajis are taking, that is the weakness of that particular thing may turn to the strength of that particular, like that particular Mataji also. When that same emotion, they are having some studies of the scriptures, and that emotion is going for the Krishna more, then the Matajis can excel than the Prabhujis anyhow. Because always the man is thinking about the rationality. The emotions are not being. But for Matajis, the emotion is the Hare Krishna. So for the Matajis, initial, the philosophy has to be studied nicely, and they are pakka with the philosophies, then the emotions really will help them to grow in a Krishna consciousness like anything. The Matajis may cry that Krishna is my baby. Matajis may cry like that. How many men can cry for that Krishna? But the Matajis can have the emotions. I am serving for Krishna. I am doing this services for Krishna. But the philosophy has to be understood also. This not only, or else it will be shaken anyhow. The Shudras can be carried out by the wrong conceptions. The Vaishyas can be turned out or carried out by some allurish, like the allurement, and the Matajis or the ladies, those who are not having the scriptural understanding or basis, they can also be been put off. I know that whenever I was not in a devotional service, born in a Brahmin family, and I used to ask a question to my mother, why you go to Lord Ram's temple? What is there? Then she used to say that, come on, don't ask me more questions like that. But I like that Lord Ram is my supreme personality of Godhead. And that's why I want you to also go. You to also come with me. But I was not satisfied what the answer she is giving. And I was looking for this, somebody can give me a satisfactory answer. So the answering part, like the philosophical orientation, is not that much. But Papa Yonayo, what is a Papa Yonayo? Why it is mentioned Papa Yonayo? Praveen, your hand is raised.
Prabhuji, that is my question actually. Whatever you're asking me is my question too. Why is it sinful by birth? That bothers me a lot actually, because
Papa Yonayo, that's the thing. Why it is Papa Yonayo? Prasad Prabhu, you are having some answer over it? Or Subhav Prabhu, you gave a nice answer. You would like to say something more over it?
So Prabhu, people asked me the same question a lot of times, and I used to struggle, and I used to tell the same thing. It is generally women are more body consciousness, but this does not apply to Vaishnava women, basically, because they're already crossed that barrier of being lesser intelligent, basically, because that's the reason why they're already in ISKCON and Krishna consciousness. So by birth, why would somebody become lower class means women? Again, like guna, you take birth because of your guna dharma or guna vasana, like based on what you have led, I mean, the birth is based on what led to that point, right, from the previous births. So probably because of that, it has come in as by birth itself, you have chosen or you have destined, or your karma has decided you to be there where you are. But as a Vaishnava, you can once you come into ISKCON, you're beyond that, basically, is my thinking process there. Probably.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can I add one comment?
Yes, please.
Okay. Here, when he's talking about the Shudra and Vaishya, okay, so he's talking about initially itself in Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, somewhere it is mentioned that the Shudra is completely of Tamo. So, and Vaishya is, okay, majority of Tamo and little bit of Rajogun. So here he's not talking completely about the guna as Subhara Prabhuji is talking about. Okay, so when you born with that particular guna, that itself is like a papa yona who is talking about, Prabhuji. Nothing about from the where you born. He's talking about the guna of where, what state you are in. That is my understanding.
Yeah. Prasad bro, you are in right path. But the thing is that is like, why the striyas are the papa, I am just talking about a striyo, papa, that Vaishyas and Shudras one can understand. Why the striyas?
So anybody who is more on bodily consciousness is less on the soul consciousness, basically. So that itself.
I would like to say one thing. This is like what is my understanding and what I heard from my seniors. The striyo, that as we have seen that the striya and then the Vaishyas and Shudras, the Shudras' faith is not there on the scriptures. Not there on the scriptures. See, please, if the recording is happening, then this part can be deleted. Only Jai Bhim part, I don't want to
Okay,
say
I started
like
by. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Prabhuji, can I?
What about?
Yeah, yeah.
Lilananda, your opinion is required here.
No. My opinion is, Prabhu, my wife is also on the call. I cannot speak now. So anyway, no, Prabhuji. With all due respect to Mataji's. So Prabhuji, I have a counter argument, not an argument, but a counter opinion, little bit, is that, you remember that incident, right, where Prabhupada was in the Rath, in a very famous pastime. Prabhupada was in the Rath Yatra in New York, and there was a sannyasi Maharaj sitting beside him, and suddenly Prabhupada looks at that sannyasi Maharaj, very young sannyasis those days. He looks at he looks at him and he says, "What do you think about the beautiful women of this city?" I don't know if you heard about this, but and the sannyasi Maharaj is shocked. Huh?
Yeah, in France.
France, is it? I thought it's New York. So, and the sannyasi Maharaj is perplexed what to answer. And Prabhupada again asks, what do you think about, this beautiful woman here? And then he doesn't know what to say, because anything he says can, is speaking to Prabhupada. So how can he say anything to Prabhupada? If he says yes, he's in trouble. If he says no, he's in trouble. So he doesn't know what. And then Prabhupada says that, look at these big skyscraper buildings that are built. No wonder there are beautiful women in this city, right? So which also means that men also invest in material things to impress women ultimately. Right. So in a way, men are also not intelligent. They should not be utilizing their hard-earned money or Krishna-given money for such material activities. I know women are more bodily. That's the nature of their body. That's the nature of that is given by their body. It's not that they want to. Soul is still the same, but in that body they are more attracted. But what about men, Prabhuji? How do you explain this? Who spend so much unnecessarily to impress a woman, and they also are equally materially spending uncontrolled.
Yeah.
That's the same argument which I have, Prabhuji.
Lilananda is trying to balance the situation.
Bro, you told the secret.
Yeah, I was going in one way, but like the stereo, it was been mentioned, so that's why I was speaking it like that. It was not intentionally. The stereo, it was there. So, like those who are materialistic people, certainly they are the Papa Yoni, those who are clean. But here the Krishna
So
is speaking.
what is the meaning of Papa Yoni? If you have to just spend a little exact meaning of the word Papa Yoni, can you explain, Prabhuji?
See, one Acharya says that particular person, even though he is there in human life, but he is living a miserable life, and which will be leading it towards Papa Yoni. Of Papa Yoni means animalistic, the Yoni, where the Papa, he has to just reap the results of his sin. So if somebody is living an animalistic life in this life only, so he is just reaping the results of his past life, which he has done a path, and again he is doing a path, sin. So that only thing, that a person who is living a horrible life. I will tell you one thing, like generally it has been seen. Generally it has been seen. Now I am not talking in a text of the Krishna consciousness, but it has been seen that the ghost haunts more to kids, to the small kids, and to the ladies than a young grown-up man. So I was asking this question, why it is like that? Then the ghosts are haunting the ladies more. So that's why it is not been recommended that the ladies should go in twilight time, in the evening time or something. That was the custom earlier, that why they should not go out of the home for at least for half an hour to 45 minutes. That during this twilight is happening. Because their body is not clean. Their body is not clean. That body, the unclean body and unclean mind, the ghost haunts more. So naturally, it is the body of the woman is not clean. It's not clean means it is not hygienic. It is not like that. It is, somebody may be saying that we are also very clean, but this is like the bodily system where the menstrual cycle and many other things are there for the woman. So that's why it is not clean. And that's why it is like that. So that's why it is, some acharyas are saying about it, Papa Yoni Yo means they are already reaping the results of their pap. So that's why the body is not clean. So the body is not clean. So that's why it is like that. The Papa Yoni Yo, they are already reaping the results they are of their papa. But that doesn't mean that that they are not recommended to do a devotional service. That doesn't mean that they cannot read the scriptures. Reading out the scriptures, it is like what the material motives you are having. You have to remove that, work it on. That even if like now whether I can say this, no, but that what is your mentality of while serving the Supreme Personality of Lord. One particular devotee asked that, I don't feel very comfortable while dressing the Srimati Radharani. So what mentality he is having? And that sort of question he is asking in front of his spiritual master. I really feel uncomfortable while dressing Srimati Radharani. So that the mentality is there. Then what is that? Even after taking a Brahman initiation, the person is still having so much things, and the past life things are also coming, and the seriousness of the devotional practices has not been done that much, I feel. And his spiritual master answered the same thing, that the severity and intensity of the devotional service is missing. The severity and intensity of the devotional service is missing. So you increase it that. Have a rigid vrata of the Ekadashi. Don't eat grains, don't eat anything, only on fruits you can live. By that, the Krishna will be giving you the strength to overcome the lust. So this is like the materialistic way will make oneself to the Papa Yoni, where he will be seeing the deities to enjoy with the deities also, where he will be having the mental. So that is like that way one can have the overlook of like the overview of the seeing the spiritual master as the mundane or the ordinary Purusha. He will be having that the mentality of the seeing the deity is at the stone, and he would like to have the enjoying mentalities. So enjoying mentalities, where in devotional purview also we would like to enjoy more. In a devotional purview also we would like to enjoy, and that enjoying mentality is, so sorry to say, but that enjoying mentality is there on the name of devotional life also is more in a Mataji's, in a woman. So that's why it is. It is nothing a man or woman, but it is the person who is having it. So that's why it has been said that Striyo Vaishyasudha Shudra. That is my understanding, and what I heard and what I digested, that I spoke.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It's a very sensitive subject which we should always hear more and more, because it's not easy for the false ego to accept, whether it's male or female. Either ways, it's very difficult to accept. Yeah. And again, just to, if you allow me, one small comment I would add is, hearing this philosophy, we should not take advantage of the opposite sex also. Saying, oh, you're more bodily conscious, that's the reason you're speaking like that, or anything like that. We should not reflect it out.
That's why it is been said that Apichesu Duracharo is the shloka where from we should look the devotees, whether it is Mataji's, and then we should not say that Mataji's, you are Striyo Vaishyasudha Shudro. No, it is not. Apichesu Duracharo is the shloka where we can see the devotees, where what was his past, that we, even though we are knowing it, but Krishna says that he or she is a sadhu, not a Papa Yoni. We should not say that you are a Papa Yoni. That is not a Papa Yoni. She is much more higher. She is a Mataji for me. So the Mataji means what? From the Papa Yoni, I born, then I am also Papa Yoni. So I am, see, we are saying something, we are higher. Then mother is also higher. The mother is highly respected, regarded. And by the mother's nature, the son gets the nature of the mother. The devotion of the mother is been carried by the son. But that devotion is not emotional, it is rational. It is not by the father's devotion a son is getting. Father's devotion the daughter carries, but she becomes somewhat emotional. And the mother's devotion is been carried the same way what she is loving, and she is liking to serve. The same way the son adopts it, but he is using somewhat rational. That is been told by Bhakti Vidyapana Maharaj, that it is like that. The connection is like that. The father and the daughter, and the son and the mother. It is like that. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari. So almost we have covered the 33rd shloka only. So no, 32nd shloka, the 33rd and the last shloka we will be covering next time, Monday, and we will be starting the 10th chapter. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.